Yeah, boy. What is up, everybody? We're back, man. We're back. Divisional round of the NFL playoffs have commenced, as finished. I'm not sure what the appropriate term is for that. I'm not a linguist, y'all, so go suck it.
English is hard.
English is hard, and it sucks. But what I am Tvshka, and I got Josh and Soul. What's going on, crew? How we doing?
Doing good. As I said before, I'm wishing now for Josh's downfall instead of me doing well because that's physically impossible.
Well, it was a good show, guys.
Yeah. Oh, we lost Josh. All right. Take care, Cowboys fan. Now, Josh, are you feeling a little better? I mean, now that you got to see the Packers go down and you got to see, other people go down, does that make you feel better? Are you kind of on the soul train of if I can't win, then everybody else is going to burn?
It's the fact that the Detroit Lions have made it to an NFC Championship game and they've won a playoff since '93.
Yes, sir.
But now they've won one more playoff game. So the Cowboys haven't won a playoff game since Dak Prescott has the Dallas. Okay, the Detroit Lions have won 2 playoff games. I think Dak Prescott has won
sounding rant ever.
2 playoff games.
Yep.
Then the Dallas Cowboys haven't gotten to the NFC Championship since 1994. The Detroit Lions have been there now. What's happening? Why is this happening? Because we spend way more money. We look like we actually have a competent team every year. The Detroit Lions have been in 0-16, one in this, one in that. Just been a laughing stock of the league. And they still got to an NFC Championship before that. It's just so...
Some more emotion.
You, director, shut up.
I don't need your stupid notes.
I don't need notes.
Yeah.
You see this?
Well, I don't know. You need a Klonopin or you need something, man. Just chill. That's right. 1930s drug reference. Yeah, man. I mean, I know it's rough, and I know I'm also at a position.
Really?
Of
you know it's rough.
Hear me out. I know I'm in a position of privilege right now because my team's still in, and they are the Chiefs
for the past 6 years.
But it will get better, man. I mean, is McCarthy the answer? I don't know. We'll see. But apparently, y'all are sticking with him. So, yeah, man. Hopefully, you guys can, not lose. With Quinn Snyder. Is that right? Is that who? Is it the OC that's looking to go to Seattle, possibly?
Dan Snyder.
Dan Snyder. Okay, I was thinking.
Quinn.
It is Dan Quinn. Okay.
Yeah. Quinn Snyder was an NBA.
Take both names and just go.
Quinn Snyder was an NBA coach. Or still is.
Right, and yeah. And I think Dan Snyder was a Mizzou basketball coach or something.
No, he was the owner of the Washington Commanders and then got kicked out of the league.
That was Dan Snyder. Yeah. Anyways, Quinn, Dan Snyder. So how are you feeling after this week of games?
I'm not in last place, so that's a happy surprise. This one up here is. And now looking at it, I'm sorry, Josh, I'm just going to pile on you this whole time because I need you to stay in last because that would be hilarious that the person that probably knows the most about football is in last place and I don't know shit.
Thinks he knows the most about football. Let's get that right.
And I need the Chiefs to win now. So now I'm all in on the Chiefs.
Let's go.
Because I need Baltimore.
Let's go. Get on the bandwagon. Let's go.
So baby. That way
we got plenty of room.
We got to have a talk here, okay? You are my only hope. You glorious human. Please. Oh, this is Lamar Jackson, by the way. He's my buddy.
Yeah.
And you never talk about him. I don't know who he is.
He's the greatest, other than the guy that's been to 6 straight AFC Championship games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely staggering. Hear more of the Mahomes stats and Mahomes Kelsey, breaking some records, moving up, kind of top 5 receptions, I believe, in playoffs or touchdown receptions in playoffs, and passing Gronk and Brady, and I think they're behind Rice, Montana. Mahomes is in a lot of categories getting right behind Montana. I think he moved ahead of Bart Starr and Brett Favre and
Aaron. He just moved ahead of Aaron Rodgers for playoff wins.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Roger. Yeah, career playoff wins.
Career,
yes.
Yeah.
But
would
no,
like to
also
say I know
just
most
kind
of
of what
those
he's
names.
doing. Hold on, but he also moved ahead of Peyton Manning in some categories too. So what he's doing is absolutely incredible. I'm excited for it. I'm not going to rub it in people's faces, but it is awesome. Yeah. But yeah. Sorry, Soul. Did you have something on that?
I was just saying I know most of those names.
Yeah, most of those. Right. I get that reference.
Yeah, it was Brady, Gronk. I think Marvin Harrison, Peyton Manning, as far as like the duo with the most postseason touchdown passes, or something like that. Between is that what you're referring to? Was that record?
Yeah, there's a whole slew of stats that they kept kind of dropping today and yesterday.
Yeah. So it was yeah. I think he either passed or tied. Kind of what you were saying was Brady, Gronk, Marvin Harrison, and Peyton Manning. Rodgers didn't have like one receiver that he was core with, and I think they're like two behind, like you were saying, Montana and Rice, or Steve Young and Rice, one of the two, but I'm pretty sure it was Montana and Rice on that. So, but unless, knock on wood, this is Kelsey's last year, they'll break it next year, I think.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Jason left, and
allegedly he hasn't technically announced it.
He hasn't officially put it in, but that he's on vacation, man.
I couldn't
have
tell.
his shirt off.
He had his shirt off, man. Yeah, had his shirt off at the game, yelling. We'll get to some. Do you want to go to the video now or later?
On that not that one. That one's it's going to have copyright all over it as far as his video. I don't have the video of him.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can mute it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but we don't need the Nickelback song playing. Come on now, man.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he's pulling that up.
Yeah,
you're good. Brennan, welcome, buddy. Good to see him, man. Saying hello there. Yeah. Definitely page turners. They were not. Everybody, look that up, man. Find that podcast. He's doing incredible work over there. But we will jump into some of the league, or as far as our run the pool.
Just real quick, we got that. I got that.
Okay, that's good. All right, I'm doing this. So got bracket scoring. So just as a reminder, the first week was just 1 point. The divisional wins this week were worth 2 points, but then it keeps doubling up. So then it goes to conference for 4 and Super Bowl for 8 points. So still some opportunities for some people. Looking at this guy over here. But yeah, so as you said, you want everything to burn. So you're not dead last, but
yes.
Yeah, what you got, Josh? What you got for us, brother?
So, as we alluded to earlier, there's other fans that has been highlighted by the Kansas City Chiefs. I have to mute it for copyright reasons, but will they ever quit showing Taylor Swift? And so obviously they're showing that. They're showing that. Everyone's like, okay.
Yeah.
No, you got him.
Yeah.
You got the big dog.
I don't know if he's yelling freedom or
I don't know what it is, but yes, they've quit showing Taylor Swift, and we've moved on to. And of course, he was in the parking lot tailgating with the Buffalo Bills fans. If you can't tell, he was not sober when he was shirtless, apparently.
Really? You're telling me that his body temperature was up because of copious amounts of Busch Light?
Right?
Busch Light of all. Like, come on, man. I'm not saying be bougie, but come on.
You always forget how big some of these people are, and then you see the beer can looking like a 6-ounce can, like in his hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, at least it wasn't a Natty Light.
Hey, right? Natty Light, PBR. I mean, to me, all the lights are on that level, right? You got that bottom tier. Maybe that's the other bracket we need to do. it's treats.
I would have been more impressed if it was a Milwaukee Best.
Milwaukee Beast.
The Beast.
Oh man, unleash the beast.
Right.
But they got another tier where it's like the Modelo's, and it's you
can have a nice crisp Sol.
Yeah, Sol, right? Coronas. Sierra Nevadas, your IPAs, and then you got your, further, kind of stuff. But anyways, this is not drink bracket, bitches. This is NFL, and man, NFL games we did have. So this is who all was in the playoffs. Only 4 remain, being Baltimore and San Francisco, being the number 1 seed, they are still around. And then the number 3 seeds, Kansas City and the Detroit Lions, have moved on. So yeah, with kind of that, with the top 4, I mean, is it who we thought was going to be in there? I mean, I know we have our picks and such of that nature, but are we surprised at this point that these are the final 4 that we have?
No, not really.
No, not really.
Right.
I mean, it did. Detroit looked like they belonged all year. I mean, they're up and down. Kansas City's Kansas City. Like, do you have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback? Then you have a shot. Is Andy Reid still your coach? Is Travis Kelce? Has your defense been pretty solid all year? Then yeah, you've got a shot. The Ravens have been the Ravens all. I mean, they've been amazing all year. And the Niners and Ravens have been the upper echelon, and the other 2 teams have been like, yeah, if they got to this part in the bracket, I don't know what's the bracket, but in the playoffs, then yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. So
it's still a bracket. Bracket works. Yeah.
Baltimore and San Francisco, they're the number 1 seeds for a reason. So the fact that they're still here and makes sense. You always think that Kansas City's going to make it through because they have for the past few years. And
a little bit of a history now.
A little bit of a history now. And then I didn't know shit about Detroit until you guys told me they were the darlings. So now I'm just happy that they're there.
Yeah. From the beginning of the season, I mean, people were picking them to beat the Chiefs in the first game, which they did. After they did that, that turned a lot of heads. And throughout the whole season, it's been the Cinderella story. I think the Cinderella story is going to end, but we'll see about that. But for these 4 teams, yeah, I mean, the Chiefs didn't have momentum going into the playoffs, which was annoying. I mean, they had clinched the second to last game. So the last game they sat a lot of players out, still ended up winning, but it's one of those ordeals where it's like, all right, that's not a whole lot of momentum, where we've seen on tape that they put it together. And unfortunately to Bills fans, Dolphins fans, and also betting odds, they did show up. And so I'm happy to see that. But also I thought the Cowboys were going to be here because they showed us throughout the whole season that they, could put it on. The Dolphins did make it. They just got a little injured at the end. Same with the Bills. I mean, injuries is really what is the kind of the story with those 2 teams, because you got to be healthy in the playoffs. And
the Bills are kind of like the Miami Dolphins at linebacker position. Even they kept getting injured while the game was going on against Kansas City. So it's like, now granted, Kansas City, they caught everything that actually Mahomes threw to him for once. So that's another reason why it was such a close game. But
he has 2 catches. That's all we need from you, bud.
Yeah. Yep. When he made that one sideline catch, like that was pretty like in contention, I was like, the Chiefs are winning this game. That's it. I mean, the Chiefs are winning this game. So I mean, the Bills did the best they could, but injuries and going against a receiving core that decided to catch the ball, and Patrick Mahomes is going to put you in the right position. And McDermott, for some reasons, clock management is still not good. So.
Shout out to Giff, fellow Dolphins fan. He, like me, is laughing at other people's pain.
He's literally the gif of the guy, everything on fire. Ah! Yeah, just watching everything burn. We get it, you anarchist.
And he says that Diggs is not elite.
Ooh, yeah, that is a little bit of a developing storyline too.
You had it,
Diggs. I mean, drop balls. Hey, Chiefs fans. As a Chiefs fan, I know about drop balls, guys.
Yeah. But,
that does happen. But at the same time, we have seen it as a Diggs owner in fantasy football. He's on my team. He didn't produce like the last 8 games. He did not really produce once they changed over the OC. I mean, is he going to be back? I think we talked about this last week, and then not to repeat it, but now that the Bills, have been eliminated, is McDermott going to come back, and is Diggs going to come back?
McDermott, maybe. It depends on if him and the GM actually sit down and figure out a plan of action to get them back to where they need to. Now, obviously, injuries happen, but there's going to be a lot of off-season moves. So I will probably think Diggs will be moved to get draft capital, to get young talent. And if you don't think young talent matters, ask the Detroit Lions. Because they have freaking got money on pretty much 40 to 50% of their draft. They have hit on Aiden Hutchinson, Jameson Williams, Jameer Gibbs, Jack Campbell, and Brian Branch. I'm thinking, the DB. I literally talked to a coworker today about Detroit and all their players and went through the draft. That's the only reason I was able to regurgitate that. But don't think you can't still build a contender when you have a Josh Allen. You can get a contenders turned around real quick. I mean, look at Kansas City. They're still in the AFC Championship for the 6th year in a row. You don't sustain that without a core system in place, but Andy Reid is sustained. You have the best quarterback in the league, arguably the greatest tight end, even though he's kind of on his last leg, you can tell. But hey, he had his Toby Keith moment. Okay, I'm as good as I'm not as good as I once was, but I was as good once as ever was. Okay, shout out to Toby Keith. Get well soon with that cancer. But
boy too.
Yep. But also too, you can show that you can still sustain greatness with culture, a really good quarterback, and a solid foundation. And again, Kansas City, with the draft picks they acquired through Tyreek Hill, they developed a really solid defense with young players, as we alluded to. So don't think that Buffalo can't turn this around with McDermott. I think you need to figure out if Joe Brady's going to get looked at as OC wise, but I think you will trade Stephon Diggs for decent draft capital. And you can still be it's not over, Buffalo. I just don't think it is.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And just, kind of to that situation with Tyreek Hill. I mean, we traded him. Everybody's like, oh my God, you're getting rid of all of your offensive power. But it's like, no, we're actually gaining quite a bit of collateral that we can actually work with. And now we're one of the youngest defenses and actually one of the top defenses. So cool. Now we got that set. Those contracts are good for a few years. Now we can jump back over to the offense. Now let's work on wide receivers. Okay, cool. Now after a couple of years, let's go back and work on the defense. So I think they've really got a good rhythm. And I'm not sure what that mold looks like, but I do believe that the great Jimmy Johnson, the godfather of football, said the wide receiver is the last thing you figure out. Because if you get a wide receiver and you don't have anybody that can throw to them and you don't have a line that can protect that person to throw to them, then you're wasting time with that contract, basically. So, hey, Chiefs are going to look at that. So, Diggs, come on, bud. We'll take you over. Come on over, man. Come to the other side.
So basically, that's kind of the blueprint that needs to go forward, especially with these quarterback contracts. That's going to happen. So you either win one of two ways. Either you win with that excellent quarterback that you hit on the draft during their rookie contract, so you can pay these other big time players around him and keep them there, or after you've paid him that contract, talk him into having a pay cut, which Matt Mahomes already restructured his contract this year, I believe.
Yep.
And then
the beginning of the year,
on top of it, you would need to trade away your top stars while also you have to hit in the draft. You just have to if you're going to do that model. The Chiefs have struck well in the draft. Plus, they kept Chris Jones.
We've had some misses too.
Yeah, but you've got Chris Jones, so that helps, and that keeps that cement defense there with Chris Jones there. And then you also have Detroit has hit very well in the draft. They've made a lot of good offseason moves with that. So, those two right now, as far as, at least to me, the GM of the year is the Detroit Lions. It's just how you don't go from being 1-16 3 years ago to being in the NFC Championship without knowing what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
Coaching
without having a plan and sticking with it. And so that's where with the McDermott, I talked with our local Bills fan, Justin Turner. So thoughts and prayers out to him. I know he is taking a break from social media, so he may not be watching this. But in our Discord, compared Andy Reid's first 6 years with the Chiefs, maybe 5 years, but then also compared it to McDermott. McDermott had the better record, more playoff appearances. I mean, there's a lot of things that were in favor of McDermott. So it's like, all right, we wouldn't have gotten rid of Andy Reid that year, and that was the actual year that we went to the Super Bowl. So it's like, why would you get rid of McDermott right now? Like, he's been treating you well. He's been leading the ship. You've been there. Yes, it is annoying to just get that close and lose, but you're still in the thick of it. You just need that little bump. So maybe it is a GM, maybe it is, as far as, some of the selections, but One guy I'm so excited for, and I've said it from the beginning of the year, not really beginning, but maybe mid. Shakir, dude, that dude is an animal, and they keep feeding him, and he is turning into a beast. So I think he is the wide receiver going forward for sure. So shout out to Giff. And then Giff also asked a question: are the Bills going to be back in the playoffs? I think so, man.
Is
I mean, it's
Josh
gonna be
Allen
between
their
you guys and the
quarterback?
Bills, as far as the Dolphins and Bills. But yeah, you guys are just gonna be trading off who's gonna be the winner of that division, and then who's gonna get the wild card spot.
We just need to not be hurt.
Yeah. Don't listen, guys. Let me tell you about hope. You just have a sliver of it, then they break your heart, and it just you all at least have gotten there 2 years in a row. But think like for the past 15, where you're like, all right, I think we have a good roster. It's gonna work. Everything's gonna be fine. It's going to happen this year. And then you go 8-8 for with Tony Romo and all that. And then you move on to Dak Prescott, who looks promising. I mean, he was a 4th round pick, fine, but he looks like he's going to do well. Had Des Bryant. Well, that was a different one where they went and Des caught the ball, but no one cared. And Aaron Rodgers kept screwing everything up there. And then we went to Dak Prescott, and we get to we draft Zeke Elliott, we draft Zach Martin.
More pain in the eyes.
Our defense is going well, and then it just all goes to shit every year.
A tear. I need a tear.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
You don't pay me enough right now.
All right. Yeah. That's right. Speaking of pay,
I am Jeremy Renner. I am Hawkeye in game.
Oh man. Well,
like the SNL, I killed 11 aliens because I had 11.
Yeah. Well, that's a second segment of Josh's for hint. Let's go ahead and get to the NFC side, because we've been talking about Bills, Chiefs, Ravens as well. NFC side, we talked about the Lions, of course, the 49ers. They are who we thought they were. But the Bays did not make it, man. The Bays got broken up with Tampa Bay and Green Bay. Surprising upsets in the wild card round, but just not enough to really top, the Niners or the Lions. Any thoughts on either of those two teams, and what are we going to see from them next year?
The Bucs are just so hard to figure out what they're going to be going forward.
Yeah. Just
because I don't think Mike Evans is going anywhere. I don't think Godwin's going anywhere.
Well, they got to work that contract for Evans.
Right. I just don't. I don't. Maybe just because of his age, but he's showing he's still an elite wide receiver. Why would you not keep him there? And a second year with Baker, who's shown that he deserves to be a starting quarterback.
Yep.
I think Bowles is the difference. I don't think Bowles is he's a great defensive coordinator. He's not a head coach. He's never come out they won they won the playoff game and they got to the playoffs, but they limped there. I mean, they beat Carolina 9-0, right? And they beat the Eagles, who didn't want to play football anymore. They gave up a month ago. So
yeah.
How
someone needs to win the South.
Right. It was just
in the very technical sense, yes. Someone legally has to win the NFC South for this.
Yeah, it was like that episode of South Park where they're all playing Little League, but then none of them wanted to win because they hated playing Little League. It was so boring. So they kept trying to lose the whole time. That's literally what the NFC South was. I don't want to play us. I don't want to either. And then the Tampa Bay Bucks crap, I guess we got to play another game.
It messes with their vacation.
Yeah.
Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to go to Cancun. Everybody's going to Cancun now.
Everybody's going to Cancun.
But yeah. So that's kind of a little bit of a wrap up of the overall stuff.
I'm just happy with Tampa losing always. Just the Tampa losing is a great thing.
Yep.
And also, for a slight second, I thought we were all going to be wrong with our San Francisco 49er pick, because that was a little back and forth.
Yeah, that was such a tight game. Green Bay put up a good fight. While doing some work, was listening to not Perna, Grassi, Tom Grassi's live stream. He's a Packers fan, and yeah, I mean, it's a roller coaster of emotion for him, but the future does look bright in Green Bay. And I think in Tampa as well. Like you said, they just got to put it together.
They can't. Green Bay just can't keep doing this with the quarterback. They can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing that we can't keep doing to our players and our coaches is putting them in the freezing cold. Oh no! Look at his mustache. Oh no! Oh, but yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're gonna go and jump over to the members picks, right? So, for the divisional round, of course, myself and Jason picked the Cleveland Browns, and we're sorely wrong on that from the jump, really. But then Soul and Cheryl picked the Dolphins, who lost also in that same round. But then, yeah, I mean, everybody kind of had the Chiefs and Bills going. Unfortunately, only 3 picked the Chiefs to move on. Everybody was smart and picked the 49ers. And then, then Giff with his picking the Rams, getting knocked out in the first round. And then 3 other people picking the Cowboys, including myself and Josh and Justin. Kind of being sorely disappointed in that. But yeah, then moving on, we've got the conference championships. So before we do that, we'll go ahead and pick the overlay. Look at that. We got up-to-dated graphics, y'all. So those are the losses that are marked in red. So only 4 options as far as who's going to win the Super Bowl. And surprisingly, everybody picked somebody different, which is actually pretty cool. So, so we got the Chiefs, Ravens, Lions, and the Niners. So there's a lot of combinations that could happen with this. Soul, tell us what's your favorite combination that would happen.
My favorite combination is that we have the Chiefs and the Lions go forward because that keeps Josh in last place, or at least below me.
This happens every year. My brain goes, do this. And then let me segue to a video that shows these are the type of brackets that win every single time in the thought process that goes into it.
Oh.
Nick, I will start with you. How are you feeling about the Lions minus 6.5?
We brought this up today, but the coaches here, let's think about this. Bowles and Campbell?
Yep.
They're going against each other? They usually are together. Lion and Bucks, my girl's 2 favorite things.
Ooh.
Money and lying to me. What do we do here? Give me the fucking Lions.
Yeah, I love it.
Campbell and Bowles?
Campbell and Bowles.
What the fuck? This is the real bowl game, the soup bowl.
The soup bowl. I didn't know there was chicken in this soup.
Oh my God. Yeah, so you guys know what to do.
Yeah, you know. You know the deal.
Ring that bell.
Yeah.
You have Campbell's in a bowl, and then when it's finished, what's left?
The bowl.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Switch it.
And that's why I'm losing.
Yeah, good. You followed the wrong rhetoric, man.
I should have looked at the coaches' names, the fact that it was Campbell's and Bowles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with my heart, and that's where it led me astray. But you actually didn't go with your heart, because then if you did, you would have went Cowboys all the way. So you had some thought process, although you were hoping for a win-win either way between your boy or your team.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, Josh. It would just be really funny for me to beat you in the loser bowl.
It would make for great content, that's for sure.
Yeah. And it's not common sense. It's PTSD that made him not pick the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl. Let's be clear on that, right? But
every time I clicked the Cowboys, I was like, ow, oh God. Are you sure you need medical attention?
I was just like, the Dolphins are going to lose in the first round of the Chiefs. They're winning the Super Bowl on my thing.
The sad part is I actually watch this sport.
And that's the problem, though. You watch too much of it.
Yeah.
Right? So then you hear the rhetoric. You hear a lot of the storylines. You look at the stats. You analyze. I mean, it's like everything is going through your head. So then you get to that point in your tinkering because, yeah, I almost picked the Texans. And if I did that, that would have kept me from picking the Browns because I definitely wouldn't have picked the Texans to beat the Ravens.
No.
I just picked the Browns because the Browns were in the same division. They knew them very well. So, yeah. But again, hindsight's 2020, man. Always 2020. As soon as that happens, you're like, I knew that was going to happen. That's why I, for a second, thought to pick the other one on that 50-50 coin flip chance of the game.
Like, okay. I knew I was wrong the whole way through, but I was like, I want to be so right now, but I'm so wrong.
Yeah, go with your heart pick. Yeah.
No, it was definitely
like you with Sporting Kansas City in the MLS.
They almost did it. It was a good ride. Good ride while they did it.
Hey, at the end of the day, I made an enemy, a nemesis in Cincinnati's football club. So that
when you were speaking about Detroit going from being bad to being good, I was like, oh, so they're like Josh's nemesis, FC Cincinnati. They had the wooden spoon the year prior, and then they won the Supporter Shield the following year. So they went from being the worst team in the MLS to being the best team in the MLS.
There's no one like the Detroit Lions as far as being the bottom of the barrel, okay? Wooden spoon, they're the wooden oar, spoon, sword, any bottom of the barrel you can think of.
A lump of coal?
Yeah. There's a lump of coal's better than Detroit Lions have been for the past 20 years, at least 30.
I mean, what would be the comparison? Like, because baseball, the Cubs?
We're going to go biblical.
Who has the longest running loss, basically, no playoff wins.
The city of losers.
Yeah. The longest playoff drought right now is the Miami Dolphins.
We're talking
about
the
NFL.
Baseball.
We're talking about all sports, bud.
Oh,
yeah,
baseball.
Yeah, because I feel like baseball would be the longest.
I mean, until LeBron brought a win to Cleveland, I think it was 40 plus years of no major win of any of their teams, no Super Bowl win, no World Series, no nothing.
I mean,
for the city of Cleveland,
the longest drought ever is the Cubs with 106 years, or 19. Yeah, it was 1906 when they won their last World Series until they just won it in 2016. I think it was 16. Yeah, it was 15, 16. So that's the longest drought ever from your last championship to now. So it was. Or 1903. I don't know. Because, the Red Sox and the Cubs were, real close as far as their droughts started. But the Cubs obviously won it because the
then
Red
that
Sox
beautiful year of 2004.
Yeah.
What a beautiful year.
Down
good
3-0.
year. It was a junior year for me. Good year.
I was 10 years old.
We're not going to go into what age gaps here. Okay, we're on that subject.
Yeah. But speaking of gaps, we are going to move on to the leaderboard. So some asshole is in first place and won't shut up about it and still has 27 available points. But that is Jason, aka Tar Heel for Life. Then we also got Chris the Gift Taylor coming at second, even though that may change because remember, we'll look back at the scenarios, but he has the Rams winning it all, which is not going to happen at all. And third is myself, 8 points, but I also have a potential for 24 points. So I just need the 49ers and Chiefs to keep moving forward, but everybody's got the 49ers in some regard or degree.
Tar Heel for Life also has them, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's where it's not really, it just, the Chiefs have to win it all for me. Cheryl, though, has a fighter's chance, 7 points. 19 available, so not a whole, or as far as total, because that doesn't include the 7. But they have the Lions. I mean, the Lions can pull the upset, like you're trying to cheer for as well. So that could really rock a lot of the bracket and a lot of the point totals. And then Justin coming in with 7 points as well, but that's all the points they can get. Unfortunately, the Bills were not able to move on, and that was his championship or Super Bowl contender there. And then 6 points, but you still have a potential for 4 more with Miami Dolphins as your Super Bowl team. Though out, you do have the Chiefs and you have the Lions, I believe, right? And so that's who you're cheering for at least. And then Josh, even though dead last, still has a chance, right? More like 1 in a million. Still have a chance, man. For
Had a Dumb and Dumber.
17 potential points. Like, that is insane.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of like the Bills at the beginning of the playoffs. Like or right before the playoffs. You either would have been the second seed or last and out of the playoffs. Like,
yeah.
But that's kind of the spot you're in, and to kind of put that into context, looking at the board, it's all hinging on the Ravens for you, bud. Just like the Chiefs are for me, for Soul, it is definitely the Chiefs.
Let's go Lions.
Yeah, and the Lions. So you and Cheryl, pick the Lions in that one, and then myself and. Charho for life. Jason.
You gotta make the girls happy with the Lions, right? You gotta.
I mean, hey, guys, we gotta please the girls first. Come on. That's just the goal. That's the MO day to day.
Well, that being said, let me check in with our corresponding Ravens fan, Ronnie, to give us how we feel about the Ravens so far today. And kids, or parents, earmuffs on your kids.
Yeah.
Woo! The Ravens are going to the fucking Super Bowl, and the Texans suck dick, yo. Oh my God. Yeah, Houston, you thought you had us in the first half, didn't you, yo? You thought you was going to AFC Championship. No, the fuck you weren't. Lucky ass first half, yo. CJ Stroud, bust, overrated. Okay, go enjoy your off season, yo. Go do some Houston shit. Listen to some DJ Screw and get a chubby Vietnamese stripper pregnant, yo. D'Amico Ryans, you're too fucking jacked to be a fucking head coach. Looking like a personal trainer that bangs MILFs at Planet Fitness. And why the fuck always look like you wearing eyeliner, yo? Why the fuck you got eyes like King Tut, D'Amico Ryans? God damn, the Ravens are fucking awesome. Fuck the Texans. Lamar came out there in that second half looking like a young Joe Flacco, baby. Isaiah likely got up there on that touchdown, jumped up so high, he basically dunked his nuts in the cornerback's mouth. Oh my God, we're gonna win it all, baby. I just opened up 4 credit cards in my son's name, and I bet $50,000 on the Ravens to win it all. We're gonna fucking win a Super Bowl!
Thank you, Stavros Hilkas. You can catch him on Netflix. I'm not even joking. That's a comedian that does he's basically doing a Baltimore person character. His name is Ronnie, and he's actually been featured on Baltimore's actual Twitter page as well. But that's Twitter account. So that's his actual character that he does, and he's a big, huge Ravens fan, obviously. But yeah, he does the reaction of that and doing the Ronnie with the Baltimore accent and stuff like that. So
and obviously he kind of toes it down a little bit, probably for the Ravens official.
He does. I'll do that one.
Yeah, no, you good. But yeah, no, I mean, for the Ravens, it's huge. I mean, this is their first AFC championship in what, 10 years, 15 years. Then for the Niners, I mean, they've been to the Super Bowl a few years back. Unfortunately, the Chiefs beat them on that one for them. But then you got the Lions for the very first time. So it's like now you have these two darlings as far as the Lions and the Ravens, and then two perennial kind of, hey, let's go lay down. Sorry, dog interference. But yeah, you have these other two powerhouses teams that are usually in the mix each decade. At least for one or two of the runs. And yeah, man, it's pretty fascinating. But yeah, let's go back to Ronnie, man. What does he have?
Let's go back to our correspondent Ronnie, who was since he was on the
Ronnie,
Ravens.
what's on the field?
Right, Ronnie, come to this is pregame, how he's going to feel about the game, and he's actually on the Ravens Twitter page, so therefore he's going to be a little bit different in his presentation.
Yeah, what's up? It's Ronnie. I'm out here at M&T Bank Stadium in the back. I'm sneaking in. I'm technically not allowed to be here because the last time the Ravens gave me free tickets, coincidentally, 2 Super Bowl rings went missing, and coincidentally, a security guard did find them in my purple camo cargo pants. I was saying it's a coincidence. The Ravens said I'm banned for life from M&T Bank, and if I ever come back, they will call the police. That don't matter to me, though, because a Baltimore Raven fan, a true Raven fan, is not afraid of getting arrested. I was not missing this game for nothing, yo. The Ravens are going to win 100-0. Lamar's going to have 8 touchdowns. The defense, 5 pick sixes, and I'm going to drink 100 beers. Let's go, Ravens. We're going to the Super Bowl, baby.
See, he can keep it chill.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, just talking about arrest.
But yeah. Shout out.
I have my stupid question, though, because gotta come in with a little bit of stupidity here on Bracket Bitches. So
Yeah, and we brought it in the last one for sure.
Got Lions, got Ravens, Chiefs. You would say that's a human. What the fuck's a 49er?
Prospector.
It's prospector.
Yeah.
The gold.
So that's two human. So is a lion going to beat a human, which is the predator there, and then between the human as a chief and a raven, who's the predator there?
Well, see, here's the thing. It's not one raven. It's a flock of ravens. That's the whole point.
It's a murder.
Yeah, a murder. Well, that's a crow.
Oh, yeah. Well, what's a flock of ravens? Just a flock?
Yeah, they call it the Ravens flock. That's what their whole fan base is called. They're
lame.
Fucking
lame. Flocking.
Lame. Ravens and crows. It's the curve of the beak, I believe. Just to push my glasses up. It's called a murder of crows and a flock of ravens. Yeah. Okay, we can move on.
But who's the predator?
Who's the predator? Nah, who's the prey? That's a fun one. That's a better one to do. It's the same question. It's just a different way.
Good Native American representation. Let's go.
Yep. Shout out. That's the predator. Yeah.
That's right, dude.
But
there can be like Chief can totally fucking take down a raven.
I mean, there's a lot more. There might be a lot more ravens than Chiefs, but who knows?
And then on prospector versus a lion, I think I'm gonna go with the lion.
I'm going a lion.
We do have actual video of a prospector, so I'm gonna go ahead and share that. Can you guys hear? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, cinnamon gravy.
Think of a pregame speech like that. Let's go out there and just give them some cinnamon and gravy.
Don't worry about them coyotes, but them lions, they're gonna give you a good fight. It's almost like Adam Sandler a little bit.
It is a little Adam. I was gonna say that's a better pregame speech than referencing 9/11.
Yeah.
Yes.
There she is. All right. That's good.
She's one of us now.
Yeah, one of us. She understands football references and tragedies.
Oh my God! Right though, seriously, you've got to be as tight knit as the airplane, as the people that took over the airplane in 9/11. What?
The Taliban? Are we coming together like the Taliban? Because we're going up against an unmovable force. All right, whatever.
I mean, I know it's a false flag, but wait a minute. Next segment. But yeah, man. I mean, so kind of with our league specifically, or as far as our pool. All right. So, and again, if you want to join our pools, join our Discord. The link is going to be in the description below. And then we also have Patreonship. So if you want to support us, or if you actually want to be on screen with us and learn the tricks of the trade as far as some of the streaming elements and get branding and everything of that nature, you can do that. But yeah, for our pool though, right? I mean, what are we expecting? You know, is Jason going to win it all?
No,
fucking again. I mean, so I know you won the MLS Cup, but
yes,
yeah. But are you saying Jason's going to win this time?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's either going to be you or Cheryl.
Let's go.
Just come here, buddy. We're gonna have a good time. It's me and you, man. No one else gives us a shot.
Yeah.
Me and you, buddy.
All we need.
We're gonna get there. Just me and you, right? Yes, that's correct.
Can you say no? Though?
If you're asking about my pool is that like kiddie pool that you buy for like $5 at Walmart. Like that's as good of a pool that I have right now.
Okay. But
still,
there's still water in it, and it'll still make you feel okay during the summer. But it ain't gonna be like a in-ground, 2 to 5, like 12-foot pool, something like that. You know that you can jump off a diving board, really enjoy yourself with a slide. No, but it can still do what it's supposed to do.
And what would be great too is if it's you or Cheryl, for Jason to be winning every week and then be taken down right at the end.
Oh, that's the best one.
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah, it's to quote Dave Chappelle, "Gotcha, bitch."
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, and I mean, and I guess regardless of how shallow or deep your pool is, let us know. I mean, let us know in the chats. Are you? Did you submit any of the brackets for some of your other leagues or other, kind of pools? I know I put a couple in for some of the national ones. I need to actually double check on that and kind of see what that looks like. Because it actually may be faring pretty well, I think maybe. But yeah, Josh, you got any of the videos? Anything queued up for us?
Yeah. One thing I do want to point out is the really cool time lapse of them clearing the snow off of Buffalo. This is pretty cool. It's just a couple of things just to highlight games, but this is pretty cool. Oh, I'm gonna silence that.
You're good. You're good. You're muted on our side.
Okay, cool. But yeah, this is them clearing the. It's just a I don't know why, but these type of things are kind of satisfying. But that's them,
it is.
Clearing the snow off of the Buffalo game. So that was pretty cool there.
It's a little choppy for me. Is it choppy for anybody else?
No.
Okay. It's just my side. I don't know what's going
on. There's that. There's this really cool interaction between the fan and Isaiah Pacheco. So if you don't think Isaiah Pacheco, it's like one of those cool like fan moments.
Dude.
We can show here.
Yeah, so excited for Isaiah and his career.
Thank you so much. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go, boys.
Turn me up.
Turn me up.
Turn me up. He even interacts like he's running, like the way he runs. He's like, "Turn me up, boy!" I'm like, Isaiah, it's cool.
Oh yeah. In the beginning of that, he's like, "Jersey, we did it. Kansas City, we did it." Yeah. And he gave the boy both of his gloves.
And then
great.
And then shout out to the Korean announcers. This is
oh my gosh, yes.
This is them calling the
we're international.
That they we're internationally known here. So here's that.
Shout out to all our Korean fans.
그렇기 때문에 조시 앨런 선수가 오른쪽으로 나오면서 시간을 벌어봤지만 오픈된 리시버를 찾을 수 없었습니다. 44야드 거리입니다. 타일러 베스. 오른쪽으로 벗어났어요.
So sorry, Justin. Oh my god, for that. Oh, yeah.
Like we shouldn't laugh at that, but it's hard not to.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, we're not like laughing or mocking.
No
ethnicities or language. It's the fucking delivery that is just on point.
Like both of them at the same time. With
yeah,
I mean,
it's like gold.
And anytime you hear the Italian announcers for AC Milan, anytime Christian Pulisic scores a goal, it is the most beautiful thing in the world. And it's just because it's the excitement of someone speaking a language that you don't understand, but you know exactly what they're saying, even though you don't understand their language.
Right.
That is what's happening here in that Korean broadcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I was going to say just on that comment wise, because whenever it's Hispanic or Spanish speaking, and they're doing goal, I mean, of course, same word, but it's that passion. I mean, it's just that vigor they kind of give to it. They're not trying to put together 7-letter words and oh man, I read a fucking dictionary today. Let me say the fucking words and matriculate. Like, fuck off, No, man, it's that raw passion, but
compared to Jim Nantz going, and he missed it. You didn't get the like it's just
Jim Nantz and Tony Romo was not gonna be like, he missed it. Like, no.
Right.
Oh
my god!
It's the perfect analogy though with goal, because like you watch the American broadcast and it's like like you get that, but then like nothing else. Where then the Spanish they're saying goal for like a minute at least.
Yeah,
just extending it on like that lung capacity that those announcers have. One thing that I do want to point out, and if you could pull up our pool member picks.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Since we all picked different teams, we don't need to have the tiebreaker. But I just like to point out Cheryl's tiebreaker of 1 point.
I was noticing that. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Cheryl, this isn't Price is Right rules, but shout out to you if that's what you were going with.
Definitely share one of our dear friends in the Discord, and moderator too, and Hart. But I mean, just didn't understand just didn't understand the assignment there.
Yeah.
And if we really needed to, we could have went in and changed it.
Yeah.
Figured out how to do that. But like I said, not needed because yeah.
We all chose something. She picked the one score that is physically impossible in football.
I mean, yeah, because 2 could have been real, 3 could have been actual. Yeah. But yeah, Josh, what do you got, bud? I know you've been trying to segue.
My last one. The other thing to kind of go before I get to this video, the last thing I was going to say is shout out to the late great Robin Williams, who kind of alluded to like different announcers doing different sports, and he goes, "I want to see a Latino announcers do golf for one time," and just like how it's always silent and stuff, and then like here comes this 12-foot putt, and it's in the hole. Like that was the whole like bit about that. So it's like, dude, he bogeyed. Chill out, But yeah, this last one here is from the San Francisco game from Jordan Love throwing interception, and he looks like a previous Green Bay quarterback. Look how similar that is.
Yeah, and against the Niners.
Right. Well, one was the Saints, but still.
Oh, no, the Saints. They're right. Okay.
Yeah. But it's just how crazy how that's kind of a mirror image.
Dude, seriously.
So, yeah.
Good job on the editor. And then also the person that identified in their brain.
Yeah.
Because you have to see it in your brain first to be able to visualize and be like, oh, I have seen that before. Because I can't imagine they're just like running through. Huh?
It's like the sports but art Twitter account. He literally knows all of the art pieces because he was like an art major in school. So he takes
just photographic memory and
so anytime there's a funny sports thing, he matches it to an art piece on Twitter.
Oh, okay. That's the homework, right? You at home, search it for yourself. But yeah, add that to the list, Josh. We'll be looking for that and bring that up because that is awesome. That's something very cool to spotlight.
As far as spotlighting, one of the coolest edits of like a player-to-player scenario is when they would do the Kobe and Michael Jordan. There was somebody that actually spliced together Jordan going to do a move, and then they edited in Kobe finishing it. It was exactly like the exact movements, and it was just more than one. It gives you goosebumps just looking at how much Kobe mimicked Jordan on that. But this is a Bracket Bitches football show. But as far as we're on the subject of edit, yes, exactly. We're getting ready to basketball, which again, my favorite team is terrible. So whatever. It's probably gonna be freaking UK, and I'm gonna die lonely. But anyway, hey.
Yeah, I think you guys were doing good though. It's March Madness, man. You never know what we're gonna see in March. So
the name of it is Art but Make It Sports. So at Art but Sports. So we'll show this one here.
Yes, I've seen that. Okay. Yes, I've seen that one.
Nice. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So we just need to superimpose Jason into the painting.
I don't know why, but I just get the Celine Dion yo.
There's nothing I fear.
Yeah.
Right. But what I do fear is that, friends, this is the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Nice. But again, segue, continuing. I do fear that this is the end of the show, y'all. So thank you all that have been in the chats, being active. You guys are the best. And everybody that is in our Discord, you guys have been incredible. Putting in suggestions and links and just being a part of the community. And if you want to join, you can actually follow the link below, like we mentioned before. But also, if you actually want to help contribute to the channel, you can through patreon.com/RuckusEV. With that, we actually have some upcoming shows. We're bringing back trivia. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to fucking do it and get it done. And that's all on me, so I apologize. but we are going to be bringing some trivia back into the mix. And also some other shows that people are cooking up, and we're helping them kind of develop that, figure out the branding. So definitely stay tuned. And then if you want to further give and just a straight donation, you can at streamlabs.com/RuckusEV/tips. And if you want to follow us, you can follow us at pretty much everything Ruckus EV. Josh, so any final thoughts on this incredible divisional round of really good games all across the board, except maybe one. But yeah, you guys got any final thoughts before we leave our friends?
Lamar is the first player to ever rush and throw for over 100 yards and throw for 2 touchdowns and rush for 2 touchdowns in a playoff game. And he's gonna go to the Super Bowl.
So, what do you have to say about that?
It's kind of a win-win because either I get to see Josh happy because we saw him very, very sad earlier, or I get to beat him by being second to last and not last place in our thing. So either or, it's kind of a win because I could see Josh going, he better go fucking crazy if the Ravens win. I better see him go fucking crazy because I expect that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're not excited, but yeah, the age old, selfish choice of, self gratification or somebody else. So yeah, that's a tough choice for me. I'm fucking selfish, baby. Let's go, Chiefs. Let's go. Let's get it. We're back. We're in form.
We've never seen that.
Hopefully you're not injured, man. But everybody else, we're good to go. What are you saying? What is that?
I'm glad. Maybe the Chiefs could win. I want to see something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
But no, good luck. No, good luck. I mean, it's gonna be a fucking game, dude. It's gonna.
On the other side, let's go Lions. Yeah. Because that will give satisfaction to both myself and Cheryl, and we know we want to satisfy the women first.
That's true.
And it would
gotta get yours before I get mine.
And it would keep Jason for some points. So
it would keep Jason, but also myself from some points.
Yeah.
But it would spice that shit up because if the San Francisco 49ers lose, then automatically he is done. Toast. And we are done and maybe a little bit toasted. But hopefully you all have a good time. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll catch you at the next one. Peace.